It used to be that a massively rich person, they would just have a bunch of stacks of dollar bills, and then they would take that to the bank, and they would have a lot of dollar bills. Lots of dollar bills in the bank, bring that to the bank, and then the bank keeps your dollar bills. Obviously, we all know that's not how it happens today. And then it's like, well, John Smith owns 50% of giant billion-dollar company. Let's say Sahara, not say Amazon. And they have 50% in shares, and they're going to get dividends from that. And they're going to get if they really want to buy a yacht, they sell part of their shares, but later on their shares are going to appreciate in value. And so they're going to be able to buy more shares when they get dividends and stuff like that. And they're going to get other return from other investments. But every time they want to make a big purchase, like buy a yacht or buy New York City penthouse, they have to sell part of their shares. And now they don't have 50%, they have 40% of Sahara, but they own a yacht. However, on this 10%, Sahara is worth $1 billion. So 10% of 1 billion, it's $100 million. And they had to pay 30 million in taxes. So they had 70 million left over. This is the old model of being mega rich. You buy a yacht, you have to do this until you sell part of your stock portfolio. You don't pay taxes on this. But once you want to use part of this money, you have to sell, and then you pay the taxes. What happens today, John Smith owns 50% of this $1 billion company. They hold on to their 50%. They don't get paid dividends because they would have to pay taxes on those dividends. They don't sell anything of those 50%. What they do is they go to the bank and they say, hey, I have 50% of a $1 billion company. Can you loan me 100 million so I can buy a yacht? And I will give you this as collateral. And because this is worth 500 million, you are going to be able to give me an insanely good rate on this loan because I'm mega rich on paper. And you know what? Loans are not taxable. So you don't get taxed on selling any of this because you're not selling it. And you don't get taxed on a loan because you don't get taxed on debt. And so now you get to spend this without having paid a single dime of it in taxes. You buy your yacht, you have your cool yacht that's worth a ton of money and that gives you a really nice life. And when you need to pay back your loan, and by then maybe you have 60% of the company, or maybe you have even more money elsewhere, and you go to a different bank and you say, hey, can you loan me 200 million? And with that 200 million, you can pay back this loan and you can spend more money elsewhere. And you can do that again and again and again, because once you're mega, mega rich, it's really hard to lose all of your money if you're smart about it. And even if you're not personally smart about it, you can pay other people to be smart about money for you. And that's how you get to be rich on paper and not pay any taxes.